Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day, and it is Throwback Thursday. And boy, it was rock and rolling last night. I hope that you had decent weather where you are. I mean, we've got 100% chance of thunderstorms today, so be careful. Lightning is real, and you got to watch out for it. And the damage from it is awful, awful. So or awesome, depending upon where you're standing and what you're doing. I guess it's a pretty amazing thing when you see it from a distance. But when it's up close, I mean, it was all over the farm last night. Lightning scares me. I'm just saying, it scares me. But you know what doesn't scare me? Finding out what's going on this weekend in entertainment from Tracy Hits. The time for the hits list. You see how that worked?
That was a good segue.
Lightning, bad. Tracy Hits and hits list, good.
Love it.
Well, tell me a little bit about. Well, first of all, are you in Nashville now?
I am in Nashville. I came back for 2 events, but one is tonight. It's sold out, so you can't go to it. But I will tell you, I'm working with a guy named Biz, and he's a soul artist, and he is playing at the filming station tonight, over by the Demumbrian or the 8th roundabout, 8th Street.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, but it used to be a gas station, and the woman has converted into a little venue space, and she's got some video recording. Yeah, it's a really, really cool space. So I came back for that, and then CJ Field is playing an event at the Standard, so I'm back here in town. But what's going on that you can go to, Ashley McBride. CJ went last night, but Ashley McBride and friends are at the Ryman again tonight. So definitely want to check out that show. I was in Fort Worth last weekend, and she headlined Billy Bob's for the first time. So you do not want to miss McBride. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, she's awesome. And then this is her Lindyville record promotion. So Brandy Clark and all those folks are going to be there as well. So it's a really cool show. Yep. Tomorrow, Adam Sandler is at the Bridgestone.
Woo, love it. He's so funny.
Yes,
I love Adam Sandler movies. Just killed me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've seen him do stand up in that kind of setting, but like I said, he'll be funny. I think
you weren't born yet when he was doing stand up. I've seen him do stand up. Yes.
Well, I think I was. I just don't think I saw it. I just watched the movie.
Yeah.
Then Saturday, there's some Mardi Gras things going on, and as I always say, Assembly Hall. If you're looking for some place where there's a holiday, Assembly Food Hall is your place. They'll have New Orleans jazz music and the food and the drinks and everything there. So that's on Saturday. And then Sunday, I wonder if you have a story about this, but the Opry is doing a tribute to Leslie Jordan on Sunday. You know him? Did you know him?
Oh, yes. He was actually part of the Murphy Brown family with my sister. He was one of the ongoing gag on the show was Murphy Brown always went through secretaries very often. And there were a lot of people who played roles as secretary. And it's interesting. Leslie Jordan was a recurring role as that. And so that's how they got to know each other. And Faith said that the last time that she saw him, she was in an airport in line for something. And she goes, well, Miss Forward. And there was Leslie. Another person who was a secretary on the show, and it was his first role on television, is Charles Esten.
Oh,
wow. And so every time I see him, he goes, your sister was so nice to me. It was my first role, and I was kind of nervous. And he said, he said she was so kind to me. And I said, well, that's just her. That's just her.
That is her. She is very kind. And that's a good fun fact. I was watching The Office the other day, and Charles Esten popped up, and I'm just like, man, I can't believe he was on The Office too.
I know. He's done so well. And I don't know if you've seen Outer Banks, but I don't know about him as an evil guy. He like really plays an evil guy on there, and he's really good at it. And I'm going,
he's really good at it.
I don't want to see that.
Yes, I thought the exact same thing. But yes, I love that show too. So that tribute is at Grand Ole Opry of Deanna Carter is playing City Winery Sunday night as well, and then also at City Winery after that. Or I guess That was a different part of City Winery. Yep. Is the Nashville Improv Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing Looking for Love in all the funny places. So it's like a bachelorette kind of spoof. I love the Nashville Improv Comedy group. So definitely check them out if you're looking for something to do on Sunday. And then Analog at the Hutton Hotel has been hosting a ton of events. That space is just gorgeous and the sound is awesome. But they're doing a soul night there as well. So that's on Sunday. It's hosted by Kenny Smooth, who is an on-air personality, but he also is a Desert Storm veteran. So thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah. His special guest is Avery Sunshine, and she has a #1 Billboard song back in the day, Call My Name. So it's a really cool kind of event. And like I said, I love the space. So I won't be able to go because I'll be heading back out of town, but I think that one's going to be cool. And then spilling into Monday, you've got Bush at the Ryman, Bobby Bones at the Ryman. So Bush on Monday, Bobby Bones on Tuesday. And then I'm giving a quick plug for next Thursday. Nashville Nights is doing our first event at the Listening Room. So we've got Blue Foley hosting that. That's his event, is Nashville Nights. And then Kenzie Coppin and Noah Smith.
I love her so much.
He's the best. Noah Smith. He's kind of more of a country rocker. All three of those guys have gone to Denmark and performed there for the Nashville Nights. And so we're bringing them back. And then we're adding Russell Sutton, who's on fire. He had My Boy #1 and now Whiskey on You #1 with Nate Smith. So he's going to be going to Denmark in the fall. So we're bringing Russell Sutton back. So we have a few tickets left for that, but that's next Thursday. And we're super excited.
Oh my gosh. So much going on. And it's hard to wrap all around it, but you can look at it going to thehitslist.com, and she puts a lot of great stuff there. Love to see CJ Field. Can we still get in to see CJ?
Oh, it's
at the Standard.
Yeah, it's a private show. He is playing at the Clarksville Star Spangled Brewery on Saturday. It's their 1-year anniversary. So if you want to head over to Clarksville on Saturday, he'll be playing over there.
Very cool. Well, we've got the Main Street Clarksville newspaper, and we love to talk about Clarksville all the time. Hey, thanks you so much for all you do and put this together every week, and you roll with it. My crazy weird schedule, and it's like, oh, I forgot to email the link to Tracy, and it's like you roll with it every time, and I appreciate it. That's what you do for people with their careers, because I love it. Hitsandbranding.com. If you're an artist in town and you need to get your brand on, Tracy's your gal. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Also good to see you.
Take care. Bye. I was really sad to see that the passing of Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch, starting in the 60s as this amazing sex symbol. I mean, she just like took the world by storm in that fur bikini that she did about the land that time forgot or whatever. But and that famous poster. And someone asked her if she regretted doing that poster. She said, "Are you kidding?" She said, "I was only an extra before that. And then that changed everything for me." And she says, "I've signed millions of those pictures. I'm grateful for where that picture took me." And she said, Jimmy Stewart said, "Never, ever, ever discount a fan, and always love them, and always appreciate what brought you here and what the fans want to see you do." And she said, always give them the fan their due. And she said, "I thought that was the best advice anyone ever gave me." Looking fabulous. Her last role was in 2017, 83 years old. And she, as she passed, and man, did she make 83 look fantastic. Wow. Holy moly. And she was still running Raquel Welch wigs, which is really hard to say. It's really hard to say, but a beautiful woman. And she had a wonderful anti-aging diet. And don't you want to just look that up and find out what it is? Well, I'll tell you what you can do. This is Throwback Thursday. If you want something very, very historic in Nashville, there's plenty to find. April through October, historic Collinsville is open. So if you're starting to make your plans for even a staycation for spring break, make sure you take a look at some of the historic places all around Middle Tennessee. Corinne joins us today. Hi, Corinne. Steve Burney, happy wet Thursday. Happy wet Thursday to you. It is crazy, crazy out there. Elizabeth Lawson. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to have you today. Angie is with us. Happy Thursday. Phil McGarrett from Oklahoma. Hi, Phil. How are you, cowboy? Regina joins us today. And good morning, sunshine to you. Johnny always brings the sunshine. Phil McGarrett playing Sterlington, Louisiana this Saturday. That's my old stomping grounds in Monroe, or Funroe, as they say. Sterlington's right north of there. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you? There's my Bull Snot CEO right there. Bull Snot is a great product, you guys. They've got all sorts of things to clean with, and they've got this new Trucker's Hand Balm. It is so good. It's got the worst name in the world, but you don't forget it. Bull Snot. Corinne. Raquel Welch is an icon. Happy birthday to Grayson. Grayson is Shelly's grandbaby. And happy 6th birthday. I cannot believe that child's already 6 years old. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Grayson. Happy birthday to you. We are so glad when you guys spend your time here with us every day. It is time for a motivation moment. And for this, we're going to go to someone that I'm going to dedicate this segment to, Mona Bagsby, because her daddy was a cop, and Chief John Drake, behind the badge, is our motivation moment.
I'm Chief John Drake. I'm the chief of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, and I'm a native of Nashville, Tennessee, and more importantly, a native of East Nashville, right here. And I'm sitting in my old high school. So I grew up on North 9th Street, which is just a couple of blocks from this high school. My father was blind, but he was an excellent dad, was an excellent cook, excellent person, and played a very important part in my life as far as being a good man. And my mom was disabled, and she wasn't as involved, but I loved her just as much as well. But I had a great childhood. I played around the neighborhoods all the time, lifelong friends, walked to school here, and played sports all the way. There were quite a few mentors in my life. As a man that lived across the street, his name was Thomas Valentine, and I had coaches. And I had some people in the neighborhood too. All these people, these men actually, for whatever reason, took me under their wing. They saw something that I didn't see. I grew up, I could have gone either way. I walked to school with 3 other kids right up, coming up towards the stadium, and all 3 wound up going to prison. And so I credit these people because they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to care about me. And I thank God, because it's like, why be? And so that actually led me to want to help other people too. How do I help, not only people in the community, but, our men and women that work for us too, that, we can do things, but we can love what we do. We can love our community, and we can treat people right. And I get teared up when I talk about that, but yeah. My high school years were spent right here at East Nashville High School. I was a really good student. I made all A's and B's all the way through school, president, student council. I was named the football captain here at East High School for the 9th grade team. I also ran track. I was the captain in all 3 of those sports as well. Coming back to this school brings back a lot of memories. I remember graduating here, and I had to do the invocation in front of everyone, and Really, I was nervous because as a kid, I had this bad speech impediment, and it was blah, 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 I just couldn't talk. And I was so nervous about it, but it came off well. And so just coming back here brings back a lot of memories, but it also shows that no matter what's going on in your life, whether you have a speech impediment, whether you feel disadvantaged or from a vulnerable community, set your minds to it and work toward your goal, and you can get there. Was hired by the police department March 16th, 1988, and graduated from the academy, I believe it was September, October of the same year. And then later going to Bethel University, graduating, while I was a police officer, but still had the same. I made A's all the way through. My transcript followed me through, and graduated summa cum laude, highest of honors. I started my career doing different things within the police department. Worked in investigations, I worked in narcotics, the Police Athletic League. Took the promotional exam, and I got promoted to sergeant, I believe it was 2007, and I just set about doing good things. Then I kept going. It was a pretty quick ascent. I took the lieutenant's exam, wound up making lieutenant. I got promoted to captain. I did overnight field supervisor just for a short period of time, a few months. And I got assigned to be the first ever male captain over the domestic violence division. And so from there, I went to be commander over the Central Precinct. I never thought I'd be chief one day. And so I wanted to do a new concept. I wanted to let's do a lot more community engagement. And two reasons. One, people need to get to know who we are, if they're gonna like us and respect us. And then officers need to know who they are as well. We don't need to go in communities and tell people what's wrong in their communities. They need to tell us what's wrong, and we need to value their input. And that's happening. I'm committed to this police department, and I'm committed to this city and seeing us do a lot of great things, which I think we're doing. And I hope to be a chief for a long time. If you come to this department and you set your goal on what you want to be, whether it's an investigator, whether it's a supervisor, you can do it.
Wasn't that great? Well, Chief Drake, we salute you. It is Black History Month, but we look at, I always say we always go back in history, but I like to focus on people who are making history within a people group and within a community. And speaking of people groups, whether you are African American, whether you are Asian or Latina, or whether you're female or male, whether you're aging, we're all part of several people groups, and those people groups all intersect. And our health and kind of the studies around our health are very important. The National Institute of Health needs you. 50 Forward has a group of people that they're asking all of us to join them and give our health information to a study that kind of takes our data and helps people have better health care all across our nation. It's called All of Us. It's an All of Us research project from the National Institute of Health. Go to joinallofus.org/50forward, and you can be a part of this important landmark research. You want to be counted, but you also want to laugh and you want to giggle, and nothing makes me laugh more than people with horses.
Oh no, I hope I don't fall.
You know, when people decide they're going to try a new way to get on a horse, and there are these little fancy girls who just like not big as a minute, and they hop on a horse and they just jump all around and stuff. And then there's the guy who tries to do it, and that ends up like that. The 50 Forward brings us our daily giggle, and I love bringing that to you. You know, Tennessee has heroes. Maybe you could be one.
The Tennessee State Fire Marshal's Office is looking for fire safety heroes. If you're a licensed Tennessee real estate professional or home inspector, you can help create a stronger Tennessee by helping make fire-safe homes and neighborhoods. How can you help? By joining the State Fire Marshal's Office HEROES program. HEROES is helping educate residents on safety. HEROES is a recognition program from the State Fire Marshal's Office that acknowledges the work of licensed real estate agents and home inspectors who go above and beyond to help their clients and their communities stay safer by raising awareness of the importance of fire safety. How can you be a hero? It's simple. Sign up by sending an email to sfmo.heroes@tn.gov and providing your contact information, including your name, mailing address, and phone number. We'll send you a free Heroes starter kit that includes fire safety postcards and magnets that can help clients remember fire safety tips. The cards and magnets can be personalized with your contact information to help your clients remember you for their future needs. Spread the word about how simple fire prevention steps can save lives by giving the cards and magnets to your clients. Once you start giving out the materials, tell us about it. We'll share your success on our social media channels. The more creative you are when it comes to sharing this message, the more lives could be saved. Questions? Contact us today at sfmo.heroes@tn.gov.
There's a lot of information our realtors can give us. They give us new business information. They give us homes that are for sale, and I love it. There's some stories that I run into all the time, and realtors have started doing their own really neat shows on YouTube and things like that. And I follow some because some are realtors / organizers / decorators / they do so much. And now they can be part of our Tennessee Heroes. Perry says, thanks for our great police officers. Yes, you are so right. And also Perry sends a happy birthday from Iowa to Grayson today. And Nashville is a great place to live, Perry. I agree with you. And Angie says, love Nashville, just waiting for hubby to retire to relocate there. And we'll be glad to have you, Angie. Glad to have you. Well, we're going to, coming up, I've got a story it's kind of important because I don't know if you do this, but when you need to buy something, I always do a quick Google to see if I can find the cheapest version on the internet. I just want to tell you, don't try for discount stamps. That story is coming up in just a minute. Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
Are you looking for a good deal on postage stamps? Does a substantial discount of up to 50% on forever stamps sound too good to pass up? Walk on by. They are counterfeit. The number of new counterfeit stamps being sold on websites and online platforms has been growing. Many of these stamps are produced outside the United States. At the Postal Inspection Service's Crime Lab, forensic scientists are able to pick out the subtle differences between counterfeit and legitimate USPS stamps.
But the average consumer cannot. I'm Patricia Manzalillo, Director, Forensic Laboratory Services for the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. This is just one seizure of counterfeit stamps. It's worth about $150,000, but being sold for about half that. Be wary of any e-commerce or online marketplaces on social media where stamps are being sold for such a deeply discounted price.
Legitimate retailers can sell stamps at a discount, but the discounts are slight and the stamps are authentic U.S. postage stamps. The Postal Service does not sell stamps below the face value. The most frequently encountered counterfeit stamp used to be the flag stamp, but a new twist is occurring. Counterfeiters are using designs of other stamps. A recent seizure included these Starburst stamp booklets. Buying and using counterfeit stamps is a federal crime.
Your best protection against counterfeit stamps? Don't buy stamps from someone you don't know. Buy your stamps from the U.S. Postal Service.
For more information, visit USPIS.gov.
The USPIS.gov. That is the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Oh, Corinne. Wow, I almost bought those stamps. I know. That's what we try to have, these kind of stories like that. It's kind of that consumer awareness, being aware. There are some scams too. A friend of mine got a phone call and they said he was going to be arrested. They called him and the sheriff's department. It was from a local sheriff's department. And I use air quotes because it wasn't the sheriff's department. They're not going to call you and say, by the way, come down, we're going to arrest you. That's just not how that works. But that's what they told him. And they said, you've got some outstanding warrants and some blah, blah, blah. And he's like, this is someone who didn't ever do anything wrong. And so he said, wait a minute. And they wanted to know some information about him. We need your information, and you need to give us some credit card information. You go ahead and pay for these warrants now, and you won't get arrested. But now we can't be sure that they won't come to your place of business or whatever and arrest you and make an example of you. It was really scary. And it's happened all over Middle Tennessee. It's happened in Wilson County. I know this for a fact. And there were so many people. He hung up on him. He said, something's fishy about this. He hung up on him. And then he and his wife went down together to the sheriff's office in Wilson County in Lebanon. And he walked up and he said, I need to talk to you about, she goes, outstanding warrants. Sit over there. It's a scam. It's a complete and total scam. And there was a room full of people, all terrified because they had gotten this. Now, here's the deal with the scam. If you get a call like that, and you get a call, listen to me, I just reverted right back to where I'm from. If you get a call that tells you, hey, we want to get your information so you can avoid being arrested or whatever, hang up. Because what they want is your information. By the time you finish the phone call, they have drained your bank accounts. They know everything about anything that you log into. They have your information. And you can't go back from that very easily. So the IRS doesn't call you on the phone for something like that, and neither does the sheriff's department. So there you go. Know your scams and know what is wrong with our world. Hey, 2020 in March, we were besieged by a lot of tornadoes, and they hit, and it was devastating to our area. But I want to shine the light on a nonprofit tomorrow that is bringing us some amazing help in times of need. It's called Catholic Charities. We're going to have that on a show tomorrow. Plus, it's our Farm and Friday. We had some stories on Wednesday, Wagon Tails Wednesday, about some of the dogs that were available for adoption. Murfreesboro.com shared their story about dogs for adoption. And yesterday, one of those dogs got adopted. So we'll have pictures of that dog. And just know that wherever you are, that we love to tell the stories of Middle Tennessee. Now, we've got a 100% chance of thunderstorms today, so be careful. Stay out of the rain, stay out of the lightning, and stay off the roads. If you don't have to drive anywhere, just sit back and relax. And we got lots of good programming on Main Street Television. So all you have to do is download our app or stay tuned wherever you're watching now. Take care. God bless you. And remember, you are loved. Bye.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main